Hello, it's Molly Reamer with 30 Days of Goddess in Bridget's Grove with this week's mini ritual using earth runes, some 30 Days of Goddess cards, and lots of assists today. One card from the Goddess Inspiration Oracle, a card from the Urban Crow Oracle, and a card from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. So let's get right into it. From earth runes this week, we have the Door, the rune of liminality or thresholds, liminal space, transition, opportunity, opening, possibilities, initiation, crossroads decisions, the interstitial, and making choices. So this card reminds me of the question asked by somebody who I'll have to refine the attribution for, but the question is, at any time you can ask yourself, at what threshold am I now standing? At what threshold am I now standing? And then you can cross that threshold. So at what threshold are you now standing? Where do you feel in liminal space? Perhaps at a crossroads of choice and change, perhaps held between decisions. And something that I've said in the past is like it can be tempting to set up camp at the crossroads. I got that analogy from Maya Toll, but it can be tempting to set up camp at the crossroads, to stay in the waiting place, to stay in the in-between. But eventually, we do have to choose. We have to step through the door. We have to cross the threshold. Another thing that this rune reminds me of, that I remind myself of, and I remind other people of over and over and over again, is that every day we are invited to cross the threshold back into our own hearts. Every day we are invited to cross the threshold and come back home to ourselves. So at what threshold are you now standing? Where are you in the waiting place? Where are you feeling the liminal? What is opening up before you? Where do you need to make a decision or make a choice? Where do you need to step forward and see what is on the other side? And then along the same lines, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so the word for the day is imagination. And what I wanted to call our attention to with the word imagination is the little prompt graphic. So this is from the imagination word is actually from April's 30 Days of Goddess, but this was the prompt graphic for the day. And I think this really connects to our rune of thresholds. Sometimes I wonder where I'm going. In my imagination, I find all the answers, the smooth way. I take the easy path. In reality, I feel my way through shadows, tripping on brambles, stubbing my toe on rocks, reaching vistas that take effort to get to. Answers that are not found via smooth, unchanging pathways in the sun. So sometimes something that will keep us from crossing the threshold that we need to cross, from moving away from setting up camp and choosing a way forward, is that it feels too hard, like it feels like we're stubbing our toes on rocks or tripping through the brambles. And really, a lot can be found through something that takes effort, not necessarily on smooth, unchanging pathways in the sun, but when somewhere that requires growth and change and discovery and exploration, and sometimes some difficult choices and hard transitions. And so I wanted to remind us about that. I'm going to close with the practice. So we'll come back to that in a minute. But right now, let's go ahead, since we're here in this month of Oshun, let's go ahead and check out this version of Oshun from the Goddess Inspiration Oracle Guide by Chris Walter. And she has her as the modest one. To encourage love, find the beauty in yourself. So how might you find the beauty in yourself? And checking in with a little book that comes with it. The Oshun is associated with water, love, fertility, sexuality, etc. And as it notes, the goddess Oshun is as sparkling as the African river that bears her name. Oshun's beauty is intoxicating. Worshipped in both Africa and the Caribbean, flirtatious Oshun is a popular goddess for those wishing to attract love. The fertility of women falls under some of her concerns as a water deity. Though honored as the modest one, Oshun nonetheless delights in adorning herself. She dresses herself with gleaming jewels, ornaments made of brass and yellow copper, and luxurious silks. Oshun is also associated with wealth. Some believe she wears 7 bracelets upon her graceful arm, along with a mirror attached to her belt to view her divine beauty. So to encourage love, find the beauty in yourself. And then, in a slightly connected card to that one. From the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, we got Thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Weave together the crown you deserve. So just like looking in the mirror to see your own beauty and finding the beauty in yourself, this one says this is a card of celebration, not just of yourself, but of those around you. When you're done putting on your crown, go and help someone else put on theirs. You have so much love and wisdom to spread. Don't waste it. Self-love is essential, but community is important too. So how might we revisit themes of connection and community care? Whether do you feel supported by a community? Do you have a community that you contribute to? How might you reach out in support of someone else this week? And then also kind of connected, it's not just you that matter, but it's the people, it's the community around you as well. We received this self-interest card from the Urban Crow Oracle, and this one is an interesting one because it says that sometimes if you have basically self-interest is important, but too much self-interest means you may only be looking out for yourself and not taking care of others, not taking care of, not engaging in community care. So on the flip side, you also need to be aware of the actions taken by those around you, because somebody may be coming in to swoop away with more than their fair share. Being selfish isn't always bad. Sometimes we need to focus on our own wants and needs. Depending on your situation, self-interest may indicate that you are in need of pampering or that it is time to put your needs above others, or it may mean it's time to stop, navel gazing and looking out only for yourself and looking towards how you can support and nurture other people as well. So there's a flip side or a dual meaning to this card. Maybe you need to reach out, /maybe you need to pull back a little bit. Both things can sometimes be true. And so ending today with the practice/prayer from this card. Cup your hands around your vision for this day. I actually do this, like hold my cupped hands together, like cupping my hands around the vision for this day. Open your hands and let it soar into being. Kiss your fingertips and then blow a kiss to the horizon. Lay your hands against your heart. Set yourself free. So this week, may you consider which threshold you are at which threshold you are now standing. May you find the beauty in yourself. May you reach out in connection and collaboration, and may you meet your own needs. Thank you so much for being here. Keep living your magic. Bye-bye.